The following program is rated TV MAV. It contains violence and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Well, how do you feel about nudity?
Well, personally, it always left me cold.
We're back to bitch more.
Yeah.
We always got stuff to bitch about.
Hell yeah, that's all we're freaking good at, bitching.
You know, it's because the Democrats will try to thwart President Trump any chance they get. You know?
Oh yeah.
I tell you what's they're bitching about the most right now is DOGE.
Oh fuck. They're just having a fucking heyday.
Oh man,
I mean,
it's because and Musk got a hold of the federal payment system, and so he can see who's getting the money and who's not getting the money. And well, DOGE is going to slash most of that stuff.
Oh yeah. And what the Democrats are bitching about and are so worried is DOGE is finding out where all that money's going to that they didn't want the American people to find out.
Sure. Earmark.
And they spend millions and billions of dollars on shit. Well, like to help plant seeds overseas.
Yeah.
Well, what that does is they're planting poppy seeds. They're bringing it around through
heroin
Mexico to sell to the American people to get them their drugs.
In the form of heroin,
Yeah, I mean, it's just a vicious circle.
Yeah, and you know, it's just like Trump is saying, okay, we're going to do DOGE, a Department of Government Efficiency, and he put Musk in charge. And it's like, okay, he's pulling the curtain back, you know. The emperor has no clothes on a lot of that stuff that the Democrats and Republicans were saying, hey, we got to do this. The first one, and it cracks me up, USAID. Overseas USAID does stuff, and that's a big grift or graft organization that's rife with corruption.
Oh yeah, it's just money laundering.
Yeah, it is.
Money laundering is all it is.
That's true. That's true. So, and the Democrats are bitching about that. They tried to stop some of President Trump's cabinet appointments, and they couldn't. They failed on that. So they said, okay, we're going to go against the government spending. I mean, come on. The government spends $1 trillion, or now is it 2 trillion more than they take in? Something's got to give.
Yeah.
Not everything is worthwhile or worth its weight.
No. And if you watch the government committees, and I mean, they're blasting everybody on different committees. Questioning them, how is this right for the American people? Is that money going to good, or what's
good
it going
use
to?
Or is this just a feel good use, you know? And
I mean, how can you spend millions of dollars to Africa, send it to Africa on a study of 2 guys fucking? What the hell's up with that shit?
Yeah. Or drag queen story hour and shit.
Crap like that.
Yeah. And with the election of Trump, I really think that it allowed the other people that are looking at that and are having the purse strings to say, hey, this is bullshit, or we're not going to do that, because Trump got such a mandate. He is so much different now than he was during his first term. I
Yep,
think
he
his
was.
first term, he was a little intimidated because everybody said, you got here on a fluke, so don't rock the boat too much. And he was
Yeah,
listening to his advisors a lot.
yeah,
Now he's
yeah,
listening to himself because, hey, I got this mandate. Here's what I'm going to do.
yeah.
Uh,
He's listening to his inner thoughts and the American people.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
tired of the bullshit that the Democrats have put us through.
And that's why the American people elected him. He said,
Yep,
you know
yep.
what to do. Kick ass. He's a he's a billionaire businessman. So
Mhm.
uh the Democrats say, "Oh, he's not a smart man." Well, yeah. Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, he is.
He's a billionaire, you
Yeah,
know.
and
You can't
and
get that way being dumb.
right, and all the countries are afraid of him.
Yeah,
He can
exactly.
do he can make or break a country
Yeah. Yeah.
with being president of the United States.
Well, simple example of that is the tariffs. Now
Yeah,
it's on a 90-day
yep,
pause on Canada and Mexico
yep.
because they realize, oh crap, he's gonna tax us 100% everything that comes in.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they can't sell anything. So and the Democrats, especially Chuck Schumer, he said, okay, here's what we're gonna have. You're gonna have expensive beer, and he held up a Corona, or your
Yeah, yeah.
block is gonna go up. Held up an avocado.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
shut
know,
up.
and all them countries have been putting tariffs on us for years,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they were just fucking us for years, and now we turn around and do that to them, and everybody's just raising hell,
Yeah, the Democrats are.
I
Canada is
mean
another example. I didn't realize that, but Canada, Trump was saying, okay, on Canadian tariffs. Here's the deal. Um, we can buy their stuff, they can buy our stuff, but there's a limit on things that can come in. Like Canada would not let and will not let US banks set up in
right,
Canada. I didn't
right,
realize that, but
yep,
um and that's a big deal. So um and then cracks me up. He calls Trudeau mayor all the
yeah,
time, because
yeah,
he's the
oh,
mayor
yeah,
of the
yep,
51st state.
yeah, oh, yeah,
Or governor,
yeah,
governor. He calls him governor. That's right. He
yeah,
said, "Yeah, you're governor of the 51st state." So,
yeah,
which
exactly,
it's
and
funny.
the whole idea of Trump and DOGE, I mean, everybody's raising hell. Oh God, your dad or your grandpa's going to lose their
Yeah.
Social Security. Oh no,
No,
no, no, no,
no, that's
no.
not it.
He can't do. All he does is go line to line and says,
Yeah,
"Oh, this is bullshit. That's bullshit. Yeah, that one's pretty good. This one's bullshit."
yeah,
And then
exactly.
that's what he does. That's it. And
And then
he does not get paid for that.
no, no,
He does not get paid for doing that job.
he knows how to do it. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it's
they both are. So
yeah,
what's that tell everybody? Oh God, he knows what he's doing.
yeah.
Listen to him.
Or the Democrats, a word that they Trump or that they tout a lot is oligarch. It's like, are you kidding? Most of Americans, I'd be willing to bet, don't know and don't care what the word oligarch means.
No, I'm sure.
You know,
I'm
don't care. They're
no,
taking care of it, and it's a zero sum. uh Trump does zero sum budgeting. In other words, most of the government is okay. The budget for last year for your department, let's start with that. And then if you need an increase, for cost of living, let's do that. No, Trump is okay, justify everything
Yep.
that you are getting.
Yep.
Zero sum budgeting. And that's
Yep.
the way to do it. And I think American people, they were fed up with all of the bullshit up until that point. That's why he got such a huge mandate.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah.
and like his cabinet picks.
Mhm.
My thought was give Trump what he wants. We elected him for that reason.
Right.
He knows what he's doing. Let's go with him. The last 4 years of Biden has been such a disaster. Let's go in a totally different direction, maybe get it straightened out.
Yeah. And on something like that, I don't understand. I can't get it through my head. Them Democrats, they sit there and tell Trump, oh, he's going to take this right from me, these liberties. He's going to
Yep.
destroy the country.
Yeah.
What Biden did, he destroyed this place.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around why they don't see that, because they got their heads so far up their asses, they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I know. I agree.
They're talking out of their ass because their head knows better, but they still
Yeah.
don't do nothing.
You would think they know better.
You would think so.
Yeah, you would think. Speaking of that, do you ever watch MSNBC?
Every once in a while, not very often. No.
The people there need help.
Oh,
They
yeah.
really do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. Or if you pull up, not even watching it, pull up MSNBC webpage and their news feed. 95% of the stories are anti-Trump. Oh, it's
I'm sure.
pathetic. It's
I'm
pathetic.
sure. Just
And
like that. Ain't they part of that news where Biden bought the news agency? What is it? Proteus? Or something
or
like that?
ProPublica or Politico or something like that.
Politico. Yeah. He buys the seats
Yeah.
from the news buys the seats from so they can have seats in the White House, and Biden gives them all this money, and they don't say one bad thing about Biden. And
No, they don't. Oh,
term.
you're talking about the seats in the White House press
Yes.
conference room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
Sure.
know, it's sure he buys the media.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, what fuck? It's just unreal.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I think, are realizing the emperor has no clothes. Now,
Yeah.
look what he's doing. Look what Trump did in his first 2 weeks, let alone his first 100 days that
Yeah.
he'll do.
Yeah.
His first 2 weeks, he did more in that 2 weeks than most presidents do in their 100 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he's trying to straighten it out because Biden fucked it up so bad that they're talking about dissolving the Department of Education, just
Yeah,
like
they should.
dissolving USAID, and they
Yep.
should.
They
Yeah,
should.
they said, well, name me a student that the Department of Education has taught. You can't, because the
No.
answer is zero, and it was a brainchild of Jimmy Carter. And
Right.
they should go back to where, no, send it back to the states. just like Roe v. Wade, send
Yeah.
it back to the states. That
Yep.
was awesome. That was
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's going to be a big fight. I know it's going to be a big fight for Trump and Musk, a lot of the DOGE stuff, but
Yeah.
I think the American people are so sick of the crap that we had the past 4 years, and that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
Trump's there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank
Now,
Biden for that. But
do you think when Trump gets all this shit straightened out and the country is just doing great? I mean, gas is down, groceries are down, the country's producing more. Do you think the Democrats will say, "Oh, God, he was pretty good"?
nope,
Oh,
nope,
fuck no, they won't.
never,
No,
nope,
nope. They want their power back,
yep, yep,
and they will
not at all.
slowly take away your rights until right at the end, and everybody will say or realize, "Oh shit, we got to do something." It's
Yeah,
too late. Too late.
yep,
Too late.
nope. Democrats will never admit that.
No,
Never.
no. And you
You
will
know,
never hear, well, you will hear Democrats, "Oh, we're going to do this for the country. We're going to do that for the country." It's all lining their pockets.
yeah,
How much
yeah.
money and power can I get?
Plus, their policies suck.
Yeah,
So
it
why
does.
would
And
we want that?
back in the old day, it never was that way. You know, you
No,
had a debate. Well, the Republicans, they're going to try this, and the Democrats, well, they're going to try that, and you decide which one you do.
yeah,
Now it's just, oh God, he's a terrorist, or he's going to destroy the country. It's all
hey,
like
he,
a bunch of 10-year-olds.
oh yeah, he's worse than Hitler.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
he's Hitler. He's a dictator. He's an
yeah,
oligarch.
yeah.
He's a,
Yep.
yeah. It's
No,
crap.
no.
Did you see that? Before the election, did you watch 60 Minutes?
Oh, I haven't watched 60 Minutes in years.
Oh, before
No.
the election, they interviewed Kamala Harris like a week or two before the election. And yeah, I mean it was I guess it was a decent interview, but I'm looking at Kamala Harris, I think, are you kidding me? She won't
Oh,
say anything. She said, well, I think she was just vague
yeah,
on what she would do.
yeah,
Anyhow, it came out that um the interview was edited and not in a good way, and Trump got a hold of that and it sued him for millions.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
the
I did hear
judge,
that.
yeah,
Yep.
judge ordered CBS to overturn or to turn in the transcript of the entire interview. Well, at first they did an edited version of the interview and the transcript, and they didn't put out the transcript to the
Yeah,
public until they were forced to.
right.
Well, that came out this past week. Man, a lot of sites showed, okay, 60 Minutes interview and then the unedited version. And it was huge. I mean, it was like, really? Your journalism, you call yourself a journalist and you do that shit? Well, they
Yep.
edited it to make her seem smarter than what she was, as
Right.
opposed to giving word salad answers to stuff.
Yeah.
And boy, that came out. And I'm looking at that, reading that. Boy, I hope the judge grants Trump millions in his lawsuit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. They
to me,
should.
that
Yeah.
would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe journalists would take note, but they're like
No.
Democrats.
No.
No,
They won't.
they
No.
won't change.
No,
So
they won't. They need to bring back journalists like Walter Cronkite.
Yeah. Well,
Back in the old day,
no.
he was, you couldn't buy him.
Never do that. But
he would report the way it is.
yeah, yeah. It's been 25 years since I was a journalist, and how it was even back then, 25 years ago, totally different than what it is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't be a journalist anymore.
No, I couldn't. I wouldn't even want to.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party is, for quite a few years now, completely corrupt.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Now that Trump is in there and showing the American people how corrupt they are,
Or how it should, be.
or how stupid they are,
Yeah.
and thinking that the American people is going to believe this shit. And granted, some of them do.
Some of them do. Some of them do.
But it's just, remember back years ago when Trump was running the first time, a lot of restaurants would say, if you're a Republican, we refuse to serve you.
Yeah.
Well, turn that around. Do that same thing with Democrats, but just up it. If we find out you're a Democrat, I'm going to shoot your ass.
That would up it. Yeah.
That way you're not such a drain on the economy.
Yeah.
Just shoot them.
Democrats are such a drain. And, but, I think with the Trump election, it gives everyday people like me and you permission to say, we're not going to do that. Or the Democrats said, oh, if you're not with us, you're a racist, or you hate women, or whatever. I think more and more people are speaking out because they realize how bad it was. Leading up to the election, Democrats say, oh, American people, you don't realize how good the economy is.
Right.
Yeah. So,
and we know, you and I both know people that are that way. Just personally.
Yeah.
And you just, when you're explaining something to them, and they just look at you like a deer in the headlights. Oh, no. He's gonna destroy this country. And you just want to,
really?
And it's like, God, listen, look to what's happening.
Yeah.
But they don't do it.
No. And they'll never admit that.
No, they won't.
They'll never admit that.
Nope, they won't. They could have the economy and country go just wonderful like it used to be.
Yep.
Oh God, no. He's gonna fuck us up.
Yeah.
Unreal.
But with that, I think because Trump can't run for another term, but J.D. Vance, I'm sure once Trump starts getting this stuff straightened out, Vance will easily win. And then being a two-term president. And so it'll be years before Democrats can even come close to the White House again. I'm convinced of that.
Yeah. Once everybody sees how good the country has become and the economy and everything, they're not want to go back to the way it was.
No.
Because Trump, he's going to bring down that $35 trillion debt. He's going to whittle away at it.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be close to nothing.
Yeah. So let's go for it.
Yeah.
I say let's go for it.
Yeah.
And DOGE is good.
Yeah. The only time it's been one of the first presidents without income tax had American zero debt. Zero. And I can't remember which one it was. One of the earlier presidents. He did. He even went to war and no income tax, and he had zero debt. The country had zero debt. He made it work that way.
Yeah. Were you thinking Kennedy or Johnson or Nixon? Or
Before that. It's before that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's before that. And most people don't realize that income tax is voluntary.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's try to not file and see how voluntary it is.
Well, that's what everybody says.
Yeah.
They're afraid of the IRS. Oh, God, they're going to take this or they're going to take that. There's no law that says you have to pay income tax.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. But that doesn't play.
No, it don't. It don't.
No,
People are scared.
it don't. Yeah.
No.
And actually, the government, U.S. government, is to provide for the common defense.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
All of this other stuff, peripheral, and get rid of a lot of it. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's
But-
about damn fucking time.
yeah, yeah. We're coming up on a half hour, but I wanted to get something in. I wanted to get something in
Okay.
before we get off.
Oh,
Go
God.
Chiefs. I wanted to get that in.
You had to show your Kansas City Chiefs shirt, didn't you?
Sure. Hang on.
Oh. Oh yeah, you got old Mahomes in there.
Of course I do. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Granted, anybody can be beaten on any given day
Exactly. Yep.
in anything. But
Yep.
I think Chiefs are going to three-peat. It's going to be a close game, but I think they're going to three-peat.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be a good game.
Yeah,
It'll be a
I
good game.
think it'll be a good game. My wife and I will sit here and watch, and of course, we want it to be a good game, but we don't want it to be that close. Part of us thinks, okay, I'd kind of like the Chiefs to blow out the Eagles.
Yeah.
But it's at this point where that's not usually going to happen because they're both really good teams.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're in the Super Bowl.
It would take one play to change the outcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just like Formula One. It takes one curve to have somebody first and second.
Yep.
Somebody fuck up and somebody takes advantage of it. That's all it takes.
It. Yeah.
And that's it.
Same way with football.
Yep.
Anybody can be beaten on any given day.
Yeah.
But
like when we was running stock car in Clarion up in northern Iowa, we had a cruiser class is what they called it.
Uh-huh.
A two-person stock car. The driver had the steering wheel and the brakes, and you had to move the gas pedal over to the passenger side.
Uh-huh.
It was a total fucking riot. And one guy at the beginning of the season was winning everything. And we was talking about it. The guy at the parts store, Ron Kaler. You remember Ron Kaler?
I do.
He was talking to me. He said he can always be beat. Who's ever winning, there's that one time they can be beat.
That anybody can be beat.
As luck would have it, it was mid-season and it was our time. They screwed up going around corner 2 and we took advantage of it.
Uh-huh.
And from that time on, I mean, we were doing good. And there was another team called the 8 Ball. And boy, they were giving us a run for the money too. I mean,
Yeah.
we were back and forth, and oh God, it was good time.
Yeah.
My-
Okay.
my-
When you beat the person that was winning it all the time,
Mhm.
after then you said we took off on the races the rest of the season.
Yep.
One more. Why do you think just mentality, or did
I
you do something to your car?
No, I think with a 2-person car, it took us about mid-season to get what we knew. I wouldn't have to say anything to my co-pilot, and they knew exactly what to do.
Okay.
I
You
mean,
got in sync. Yeah.
yeah, we got in sync, and then heck, my wife even did it with me one time. I mean, I had the most fun I've ever had stock car racing.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
run hobby stock and I drag raced, but this was the most fun
The
I've ever
cruiser
had.
class. I
Oh,
wonder if they do that anymore.
it gets to the point just like money. All we had when it was the grassroots startup, all you needed was a run roll bar, and we had a bench seat.
Huh.
That's all you need. You had to take a stock regular car, but then it
Yeah.
got to the point where you had to have 2 racing seats, the
Oh,
engine,
yeah.
stock car engine, full roll cage. I mean,
Yeah.
it just took the fun right out of it.
Sure. Yeah. That's you could talk about that for a lot of things, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
us running against the 8 Ball there in northern Iowa. Oh God, that was a blast. Oh my God, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fun. But yeah. But anyway,
Anyhow, go Chiefs. We're going to wrap it up for this week. This is before the Super Bowl. We're recording it. But
yep.
go Chiefs.
But
If they don't, they don't. But
yep,
I
next
think
week
they
might
will.
be different.
It may be different. So next
Could be.
week we'll talk about it. But
Yep.
sounds
Okay.
good.
All
We'll
right.
talk to you later.
We'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care.
This show is awful.
Terrible.
Disgusting.
See you next week.
Of course.